Good evening, viewers. You are tuning in to Darshan Meghalaya. And now we bring to you today's edition of the news. Before going to the details, here's a quick look at the headlines. Prime Minister Modi visited Ahmedabad Air India crash site, 241 confirmed dead. Union Minister Anupriya Patel reviews central schemes in West Khasi Hills. Khasi Panars lodged complaint over threats by Karbi individuals. HBDRF seeks action from authorities. Ribhoi villages submit road development memorandum to Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong. And Meghalaya Cabinet acknowledges efforts of police in Sora case. The news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Ahmedabad today to assess the aftermath of the devastating Air India plane crash which claimed 241 lives. The 787 Dreamliner bound for London crashed just minutes after takeoff yesterday, hitting a medical college hostel. Modi met with officials, rescue teams and the injured at the hospital, offering his condolences on social media. He expressed deep sorrow, saying, "The loss of so many lives in such a sudden and heartbreaking manner is beyond words." A British national of Indian origin seated near the emergency exit is the sole survivor. Union Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare Anupriya Patel visited West Khasi Hills to review the implementation of various central schemes. Welcomed by local officials including DC Garrett LSN Dykes, she conducted a site visit to Kalem Tesau village to inspect the Jal Jeevan mission, while also reviewing MGNREGS works and PMAYG at Sopian village. Patel emphasized that the northeast region is a priority for the government, citing its importance in national policy and development, with significant improvements in connectivity, infrastructure and business over the last decade.
Policy of ministers making a fortnight visit to every northeastern state, and in compliance with that decision, I'm on my visit to this district here, and I've held a review meeting of all the central government schemes with the district administrative officials, seen the progress. They've given some very valuable input, which I'm taking back to Delhi, so that we could make the necessary changes and make improvements wherever required. The whole idea is that the northeast region of India is today the topmost priority of the government led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji.
Two Khasi Panars from Block 1 submitted a formal complaint to the Neonatal Border Dispute Redressal Forum or the HBDRF regarding an incident on June 6, 2025 at Yau Min E, where they were allegedly detained and threatened by two members of the Karbi Students Association. The accused reportedly pressured the Khasi Panars to pledge allegiance to Karbi Anglong during the ongoing border demarcation and to register their land with the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. The HBDRF has lodged complaints with the West Jaintia Hills authorities urging collaboration with West Karbi Anglong to maintain peace.
Para juga por ni saya ke jing pot juga government haga juga por chau DC juga West Jaintia makin khot penlong nak ke jingelang bat haga ke jingelang yin kan tu ye ki bor district ban khot bat ki tu ki stakeholder ni ki depan di sung ke badon situ ye ki wehek snong ye ki rabat snong ye kambora ni ke pat kan hun cai benriu ye ki nong ye lam sing balang bat ye ki tu ki pat ba ke basong ke basa haga ni ke jaka ka basa ni kan ru menram bat makiki ka biru kin cranbait hawashit basai ka bagi don madong mangi khasi penaro ngin cranbait direct hak basit basai ayu ngi don madong pai ai ba ki bor sarkar pat kin tela kam chuk chuk chongsai nak kan benta bat pen kutno ye ka de jing syak maham ye ka de jing syak penting pen smith ki beriu jungi ki basong ki basa sikit tan.
A delegation of 22 villages from Ribhoi led by the Joint Action Committee met with Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong to submit a memorandum regarding road issues in the Mauhati and Nongpok constituencies. The delegation highlighted the need for better connectivity, particularly a proposed road linking Sonidan, Matari and Umden to Nongpok. The Deputy Chief Minister assured the delegation that the matter would be addressed promptly, with hopes that the road will be included under PMGSY4 within the current financial year, significantly improving local connectivity.
That the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister in charge PWD Road he has listened very keenly and he has assured the delegation that it will be taken up immediately at the earliest. We have discussed thoroughly the ways and means, and we hopeful that it will be included in the PMGSY4 in the current financial year. So I hope that this will be beneficial for the people at large.
The Meghalaya Cabinet today adopted a resolution recognizing the tireless efforts of various government agencies, especially the police, in the tragic Sora case, which led to the death of a tourist. The rescue team, who spent over 15 days in Sora, was earlier felicitated with cash incentives and certificates. A formal meeting will be held with the DGP to further extend the state's appreciation. Additionally, the Cabinet expressed deep sorrow over the Ahmedabad air crash, offering condolences to the nearly 290 victims, including passengers and medical students.
Especially the role played by the police department in handling the tragic case which occurred at Sora, where there was loss of life of one tourist. The Cabinet acknowledged with heartfelt gratitude the role of all stakeholders, especially those who were part of the rescue team, which tracked and stationed themselves at Sora for the past 15 days or so.
In a major boost to Meghalaya's tourism, the State Cabinet has approved the transfer of 273.41 acres of unutilized land from the Meghalaya Energy Corporation Limited, or MEECL, to the Tourism Department. The land will be leased for over 60 years with a potential 30-year extension under a lease and revenue sharing model. This initiative is aimed at repurposing dormant assets and enhancing tourism infrastructure to drive footfall and economic growth in the sector.
Yes, the department will pay an amount of ₹1 per acre, but the share of the power department will be 90% as lease amount for the first 60 years, which is extendable by 30 years, as I mentioned.
The Meghalaya Cabinet has resolved to strengthen the Meghalaya Residents Safety and Security Act, aiming to prevent criminals from entering the state disguised as tourists. MDA spokesperson Paul Lingdo highlighted that the state is also addressing queries related to the implementation of the Inner Line Permit, or ILP, before the Ministry of Home Affairs. The state plans to improve the MRSSA's effectiveness with a tourism monitoring app. Tourist registration will now be mandatory. A recruitment drive for the Tourist Buddy scheme aims to hire 100 youths, expected to reach 20 lakh.
The Cabinet today also decided to revisit the MRSSA, which is already an existing state act, to add more teeth to this act in view of what we have just experienced at Sora, and to ensure that we minimize the possibility of criminal elements entering Meghalaya in the guise of tourists. As far as the ILP is concerned, let me remind you that the State Assembly has already adopted a resolution. The matter is pending before the MHA, which has a number of queries, which we as a state government are trying to address.
To improve regional transport and ease commuting challenges, the Meghalaya Cabinet has approved the Chief Minister's Regional Connectivity Scheme 2025. Announced by MDA spokesperson Paul Lingdor, the scheme will introduce 90 buses to enhance connectivity between district headquarters and block or regional headquarters, benefiting students, office goers and the general public. The government will provide up to 50% financial assistance covering 35% of the on-road cost, while beneficiaries contribute 5%, with the remaining 60% financed through loans repayable over 5 years.
The entire plan here is to upscale regional connectivity and mobility. A lot of block headquarters do not have the facility of such buses. So this is a major gap in the transport sector as of date. And with the introduction of this fresh fleet of 90 buses, we are confident that we will be able to fill in this gap mentioned. This will also help us to encourage bus services, which will then have the effect of the overall impact of traffic congestion along the roads.
The State Bank of India SBI Nongpor branch launched the Agri Loans Awareness Week in Marngar village, Nongpor, to improve financial access for farmers. The event, attended by SBI officials including Nikhil Singh, Chief Manager and others, aimed to educate farmers on updating bank documents, accessing agricultural financing and government schemes. The initiative also sought to empower local farmers and enhance financial literacy in rural areas. Children's Hospital Shillong, in collaboration with Motherhood Hospitals, has launched NICU Live, a virtual neonatal monitoring system designed to enhance intensive care for newborns. The system provides 24/7 remote support from expert neonatologists, ensuring advanced care locally without the need for referrals to distant centers. Dr. Debashish Das, Medical Director of the hospital, hailed the initiative as a game changer for neonatal care, while Dr. Srividya Srikantha from Motherhood Hospitals emphasized its role in bridging care gaps in remote regions. The move is expected to improve newborn outcomes and alleviate the burden on families. In a major escalation, Israel has officially launched airstrikes on Tehran, Iran, with at least 6 reported impacts. Intense footage shows large plumes of smoke rising from the capital city. In response, Israel has declared a special state of emergency. The situation remains fluid with ongoing developments. Lions clinched the Tura Super Cup title with a 19-point victory over Dubak. Minister Shakliar Wadri donated 3 lakh to the Tura Basketball Club and highlighted the importance of promoting basketball. The tournament saw 16 teams compete, with champ Lions named MVP and John Paul Turkey Samurai awarded Rising Star. Lions won 3 lakh while Dubak took home 1 lakh. The event was co-sponsored by Decathlon and featured a performance by the Tura Dance Academy. And now for the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report. In Tura, 25 degrees Celsius of minimum temperature and 34 degrees Celsius of maximum temperature were recorded. The relative humidity is 64%. Rainfall 2.8 millimeter was also recorded. Moving on to Shillong, minimum temperature 18.8 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 28.1 degrees Celsius and relative humidity of 65% were recorded today. Rainfall 4.8 millimeter was recorded in Shillong. Meanwhile, in Juwai, 21 degrees Celsius of minimum temperature and 25 degrees Celsius of maximum temperature were recorded. Relative humidity is 77%. And the forecast in Tura, Juwai and Shillong say that moderate rainfall, thundershower is likely at most places. Before winding up this news bulletin, here's a glimpse of the headlines once again. Prime Minister Modi visited Ahmedabad Air India crash site, 241 confirmed dead. Union Minister Anupriya Patel reviews central schemes in West Khasi Hills. Khasi Panars lodge complaint over threats by Karbi individuals. HBDRF seek action from authorities. Ribhoi villages submit road development memorandum to Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong. And Meghalaya Cabinet acknowledges efforts of police in Sora case. And with that, we have come to the end of this news bulletin. Until we meet again next time, thanks for watching. Good night.